box messed up when they put one of these in my boxes. Me and her be going together like this, and you don't get crusty lips. Let's talk about the makeup products I couldn't put down this year. Today's video is a mix of Best of Beauty Roundup and a little bit of Project Pan inspiration. Now, I admit I'm not much of a Project Pan enthusiast. I dabbled in it a few years ago and felt like it was a bit restrictive. It felt like I was forcing myself to use products that I truly didn't love, but this time is different. These are the products that I genuinely adore so much that I use them up completely. Let's dive into my most used makeup of the year. First item we're going to talk about is sunscreen. Yes, this sunscreen has been my go-to sunscreen since I found it, and it is the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen SPF 40. This stuff is the truth. This sunscreen does not have a scent. It does not have an SPF fragrance. It looks beautiful on your skin, and you can use it with makeup. The product is clear, and it kind of gives you like the texture of like the pore filler type primers. It kind of has that texture to it. It does not give you a shine. It actually kind of mattify you, but it's not drying at all. This is actually my 4th bottle that I am on. This one is brand new. After my 2nd bottle, I did put a hold on using this sunscreen, not because I didn't like it. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. It's just that the company that I worked for, it was a skincare company, and they just came out with SPF sunscreen. They had one that was tinted and one that was non-tinted. So because they gave us the products, I started using those items, and not too long after I was using those sunscreens, I did let them go because I did not like the smell. I did not like the scent of SPF. Like, I could smell the SPF throughout the day. Even at the end of the day before I wash my face, I could still smell like a hint of the SPF. And the Supergoop does not have a scent at all. You don't have to worry about it giving you like a white cast or anything like that because the color is clear. This, honey, if you haven't tried it, go get it, okay? They sell it at Sephora. Honestly, I think everything that I'm talking to you guys is at Sephora. If not, I'll tell you otherwise. The next item I'm going to talk to you guys about, if you've been watching my channel, if you are OG, you already know that I've been using this primer for years. This is the Dermablend Professional Insta-grip Jelly Primer. This is probably the last time I'm going to talk about this item on my channel, because this is the last one I have. A few years ago, I went to like this beauty convention type thing. I got so many of these in my goodie bag. This is the last one that I have. I can't go and purchase more, but I have so many other primers that I have not used. Like, for example, the One Size. This is a brand new primer that I purchased at the beginning of 2024. I haven't really even touched it. I used it a couple times and then that's it. And I haven't used it because I love this so much. This is a really good primer. It kind of reminds me of the Milk Hydra Grip primer. It has like that tacky feel. It's very hydrating. So I feel like if you were to look for a dupe, especially if they don't sell this anymore, if you were to look for a dupe, that would probably be a good dupe. Since I do have other primers, I'm not gonna pick this up once I'm run out of it, but it's been holding me down. Hourglass Vail Translucent Powder. This is my favorite translucent setting powder. If you are a girly that is normal to dry skin and you need a setting powder that kind of gives you that skin light finish, it still mattifies, still blurs out everything, but it's not dehydrating to the point where it makes your skin feel dry or it overly absorb oils that you do not have. Because I know I'm one of those people, like, certain setting powders will absorb oils that I'm like, I didn't even know I had oil on my face, but it will absorb it to the point that it is dry. This is the one for you. If you want it to be matte, you can. It do kind of give you like a little sheen. I love it. I go through this so much that I actually have another one of these. I like to get it during the Sephora sale, and that's when I like to really re-up on a lot of my products, especially my go-tos, because if it's something that you've already gonna purchase, that is the best time to use that extra 10, 15, or 20% off. So the next item I'm gonna talk about is foundation. And now, if you've been watching my channel, you probably already know what foundation I'm going to talk about. And it is the Makeup Forever HD Skin. This is like the perfect foundation. Every time I wear this foundation, always get compliments on my skin. I have both of them because I love them both, but for different reasons. I have the Makeup Forever HD Skin. This is the original one. This is the original one. It kind of gives you, it's more on the matte side. It's not really matte. It's more of like a satin, I would say natural finish. And then you also have the Makeup Forever HD Hydra Glow. Now this one gives you more of like a dewy hydrated look. Now if I'm going for more of a matte face, I like to mix this one up with one of my matte foundations. One of the foundations that I like to mix it with is the Giorgio Armani. Let me see if I got it. The Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I like to mix it with this one. And I also have mixed it with the Pat McGrath. It works well for me. If you have a foundation that is a little bit too matte for you, I mix it with the HD Skin. I usually do 2 pumps of this and 1 pump of this. And then I just go ahead and do my face. Now, if I just want a regular face, for example, my everyday face, something like this, I would do 2 pumps of the original one and then 1 pump of the Hydra Glow just to give me a little extra dewy. And if I want more of like a dewy skin, something like that along those lines, I usually just go with the HD Hydra Glow. I'll probably do like 2 pumps of this and then 1 pump of that just to tone it down a little bit. Or I just use this strictly. Sometimes I use the HD original just by itself as well. But I like to kind of mix my foundations together to kind of customize it to my liking. So those are like my 2 favorite foundations. I have gone through one of these this past year. And this one is new. I got this year, so since I do kind of like mix my foundations together, it do kind of extend the life of it a little bit longer. So that's a little pro tip for you guys, that especially if you have like multiple foundations or you can't find a foundation that is exactly what you like, mix them together. Now this one has made it to the list. I have not panned it, but it is close to it. This is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Color Corrector. This has been like my go-to color corrector, especially for under the eye. That's pretty much the only place that I really use color correctors, for under my eye. Every once in a while, like if I have like an additional blemish from like a pimple or anything like that, then I'll use like whatever left over on my brush and apply it there, and it covers everything for me. I really do enjoy this color corrector. The only thing about it is that I don't know if it's the lid or the stopper, but it always spills out. Like if my container is like on the side, if it's doing anything other than just sitting up straight, it spills over. You can kind of see here that it spills. Like honestly, it's just a mess underneath it. It's a mess. But outside of that, outside of the packaging issue, I really do enjoy this. To be honest, I'm looking at it now through the light. I really don't have much left in here. A little bit goes a long way. I love how it's so liquidy. Maybe that's the reason why it spills out so much. But I do enjoy that it's liquidy. It does not crease up in between fine lines. And then when it dries down, it do dry down matte. But I really like that when it comes to a color corrector, because once it dries down and you start applying your foundation, the color corrector doesn't move. That's what I really like about it, because there's a lot of color correctors that I've used before in the past, and as soon as you start applying your concealer or your foundation, it starts moving around and you can kind of see it underneath your foundation, and I don't like that. And once it runs out, please believe I am repurchasing. Okay, so I have another Makeup Forever item. Now, you know how like some people are like matte girlies? I'm a Makeup Forever girly. So the next item that I'm going to talk about is the Makeup Forever. This is the Artist Sculpture. If I'm not mistaken, this came out in 2024. This is when I got this earlier this year. And honey, baby, pans. I hardly ever pan anything within the same year that I get it done. I'm telling you, 2025 is going to be no more. I already know that. The shade that I have mine in is Thrilled Chestnut. Now the reason why I love this shade is because it's a cool tone, but it doesn't give you ashy. I really love this for my skin complexion. It comes in 5 shades, and to be honest, I haven't heard any bad reviews about it. So this one is a cream sculpting palette. It is from Iconic London. This is my first one that I've gone through. Baby, this is my first one I'm going through. I just wanted to hold on to it long enough to show you guys that I've had panned at least on 3 of these. So this one in the middle is the one that I enjoy the most. It is kind of like a cream version of the Makeup Forever Artist Sculpture. Kind of gives that feel. That was the first one that I ran through. And then I began to mix these two shades together. This one's a little bit too darker for me. It was light, medium, dark. This one is a little bit too dark for me. So then I just kind of mixed these two shades. I mixed these two shades together to give me the shade that I need, the color that I need. And that's exactly what I did for this makeup look. But today I am going to get rid of it because honestly, it looks, honey, it looks great. It looks crazy. I can't believe I still use this on my face. I do have a new one. You can get this one off Ulta. So I got mine from Ulta. I know Sephora do sell Iconic Blonding, but they don't sell the complete line. If you're looking for this palette, you would have to go to Ulta. Let me go ahead and show you guys what it looked like on the inside, brand new and fresh. Complete difference, right? Yeah. So like I was saying, this one is light and medium, and this is the one that I like the most. And then once I was finished with that one, I just started mixing these two shades together to get the desired shade that I was going for. Look at this. Look at this on the outside of the packaging. But honey, y'all, a complete difference. And don't pay attention to the mirror. I was just using the mirror to mix my shades together. But yeah, it is time to let honey go. The next item, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Gel. Me and her been going together like this. We have been like this all 2024. I've been using her. I get a new one like every, I believe like 3 months. Every 2 to 3 months, I get a new one. So imagine how many of these I've had. I think this is like my third, maybe fourth one. This is so far, by far, the best brow gel that I have used, and I've used plenty. I've used the Brow Freeze from the pot that she has. I've also used the NYX. The NYX is really good. The NYX is a really good like drugstore dupe or inexpensive dupe. I said it before in a past video and I'm saying it again. Every time I use this Brow Freeze gel on my brows, everybody think that my brows are laminated, and I'm like, no honey, they are not laminated, okay? I didn't pay that money to get it laminated. It's just straight brow freeze. And I always tell the girls, I'm like, it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'll be like, it's the ABH brow freeze, the one in the white container. Go ahead and get it. Please believe. My girl's gonna hold you down like it's been holding me down. Oh, an honorable mention, the clear brow gel from ABH. Obviously, like these two kind of go hand in hand. Because I am a brow before anything else type girl, so when I do my makeup, I like to do my brows first after my primer. I do my setting powder, and a lot of times whenever you do your brows first, once you apply the setting powder, your brows get a little dusty from the setting powder. So what I like to do is get the clear brow gel. Because it is a lighter weight brow gel, I just lightly comb this through my brows just to take away any of the extra translucent or setting powder. So like I said, these two kind of go hand in hand, but we're gonna give her an honorable mention. This one I kind of expect to be a thing of 2025. I feel like it's gonna be like pretty much sold out everywhere. Not necessarily this brand, but a lot of other brands that make this, like Lancome. But this is the L'Oreal Voluminous base. So this is an eyelash primer. Now this, I've been using this for years. I believe just in 2024, I've gone through, I would say maybe 4. This one is probably about halfway through, and then I have 2 more backups over here, okay? That's how much I keep it on deck. And I feel like for 2025, a lot of people is going to be using these primers because, truth be told, these primers make your lashes look full, make them look long, and it also, I feel like it also kind of has like a treatment in it that makes your lashes grow, or at least keep them hydrated so that they can grow. Not only that, I've noticed, I don't know if you noticed, but let me know down below. Have you noticed like the girls are kind of like getting out of wearing like the falsy lashes or the individual lashes, even the strip lashes? Like, don't get me wrong, yes, they still wear them, especially like if they're going out, but when it comes to like the everyday, day-to-day, just going to the store, before people would be putting on a strip lash just to go for a run, but now, no. If you're going down that journey, go ahead and get you a lash primer. Okay, so now we're going down to the lips. Now, when it comes to lips, I got 2 products that I want to tell you guys about. Trend Move box messed up. When they put one of these in my boxes, I have not turned back when it comes to a lip gloss. I don't know what more I can say about it. Like, it's hydrating. It do plump your lips, but it doesn't give you like the stingy feel. And then it also fills in the lines in your lips. It makes your lips look so juicy, and it's not overly sticky. I can't rave enough about this gloss. Like, I really do enjoy this gloss. Now, I got mine in the Rosy Outlook. Honestly, this is the only shade that I get because I feel like it's the most versatile. I believe this is the closest color that you can get to clear. I don't even know, do they even sell clear? No, that is the closest color that they have to clear. So the Rosy Outlook is the closest color that they have to clear. It is a super sheer baby pink. But like I said, it's so versatile. Honestly, you could just put this on top of any color that you want and you still get the benefits of the gloss. The next lip product that I want to tell you guys about, I don't even know if I want to tell you guys about this one. Like, if you look online, they still have it online, but they don't sell it in the stores. It's the Lancome Rouge Lip Stain. This is what I have on my lip right now. And what makes it so crazy is that I've had the color I create for years. So let me go ahead and tell you the story. I know if you don't want to listen to the story, go ahead and skip past. I discovered this liquid lip stain from Sir John. He was doing like a master class. He was talking about like all tips and tricks and everything, and I love watching those because I always like to learn different ways to apply makeup, ways to make things look better. He mentioned Beyonce's favorite lip is this, and it was like the color that she liked the most is Icre. So you know I had to run. Okay, I didn't walk, I had to run to the store. I went to Walgreens, found the lip, and purchased it. At the time, I really didn't appreciate At the time, I did not appreciate the lip stain. Recently, this past year, it was like around the time when I was doing a declutter, and I looked at it and I was like, you know what, let me try this again. Let me see before I declutter. I put it on my lips, and honestly, I have not stopped using it since. Anytime you see that I have like a satiny matte lip, this is what I'm using. It gives you the look and the vibe of a matte lipstick, but it's not drying because it's a stain, and you don't get crusty lips. This past year, I have been going online and purchasing other colors. So another color that I have is IT, and then I also got I'm empowered. I'm empowered. I just love it. And right now, as we speak, I have another one that's coming. It's actually in Transit. And I have another shade that is more of like a peachy tone. Girl, getting ready for the summer. It is I'm Empowered. Okay. Because I was like, hold on, I thought I said this is I'm Empowered. Okay, so this is I Empowered with the ED. And then the other one I have is I Empower without the ED. It's supposed to be the lightest shade out of the bunch. So I can't wait for it to come because, honey, I'm getting ready for the summer. And this is it. This is it. Like these two with a little lip gloss. Okay, so guys, I have a question for you. Don't you hate when somebody tell you or introduce you to something that's like expensive, and then you turn around and you actually like it, and now you just kind of have to like maintain it because you like it? That's how I feel about this next item. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Tell me why I got the value size. You see how big this is? Tell me why I have the value size. That tells you how much I really like this. Not only do I have the value size, I have the travel size, and I have the deluxe sample size. Don't get me wrong, I love this setting spray. But the price point is bogus. Once I'm done with these, I really am gonna try the Nina Pool. Have you guys heard of her? Because she be on TikTok delivering all the secrets, giving you everything that you need to know about duping anything for the low. Before we move on to the perfumes, I got one more for you guys for the Lash girlies. This has been my favorite lash this year. I have gone through 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes of these, and I also have some as backup. It is the Juvia's Place Nubian Lash in Kush. This is one. I was gonna show you this one, but it hasn't been opened. But let me open up this one. They're not okay. These are not too okay. These are pretty good. I only use these once, but just to give you an idea of what they look like, this is what they look like. I enjoy these lashes because it kind of gives you that look of like a half lash, fuller on the outer corner, but then it has fewer lashes on the inner corner. So like I said, it gives you that illusion of a half lash, but without the hard cut off of a half lash. You know, the girls who get it, get it. So whenever I do go out or anytime that I feel like wearing a lash, that is usually the one that I go to. Okay, so the last 2 items I have is fragrances. So you know I have to bring fragrances in for you guys. These 2 items I have not panned or gone through, but these are like my go-to fragrances. The fragrance that I go for during the daytime is the Replica Coffee Break Oh my goodness, I really do enjoy the smell of this. It do smell like coffee, but it also has floral notes in it like lavender. So it doesn't just give off straight coffee. So anytime I'm getting ready to go out, like if I'm getting ready to run errands or anything like that, and I really didn't plan the outfit, I'm just throwing on something, you know, cute of course, but I'm throwing on something and I need a fragrance real quick. This is the one that I usually go for. I go for the coffee break. It is a unisex fragrance, so male or female can wear it. And not only that, I also feel like you can layer it with other fragrances. And the next fragrance that I've been using a lot for 2024, honestly, I feel like I've been talking about this one a lot. Like, a lot. And it is the Carolina Herrera Good Girl. Anytime I'm getting ready to go out, I put this on. And to be honest, this one, and then there's another one that like I'm kind of torn between. I like almost like as equals, but I tend to go for this one more often because it's easier for me to access it. It's easy accessible. Am I saying it right? Is easily accessible. This one is an honorable mention, and it is the Say New York by Beyonce. Let me go ahead and talk to you guys about the Good Girl. So the Good Girl, anytime that it's date night, I go for this one. A lot of times I be wanting to go for this one, but because Beyonce doesn't sell hers in stores and you have to order it, I tend to go for this one just to kind of savor the fragrance. However, I still use this a lot because I do have a travel size in my bag, and that's the one that I usually go to. So like if I feel like I need to freshen up or revamp, that's the fragrance that I usually wear to go on top of either one of them. And the good thing about my fragrance collection is that I feel like a lot of them kind of layer together very well. So that's the reason why I wanted to give it an honorable mention, because I still do use that one more often, and a lot of times I do want to use it more than I use the Good Girl, but I end up going with the Good Girl. Alright, doll faces, so that's the best of 2024, at least when it comes to me, and kind of a project pan, you could say. Next time I'm gonna be more prepared and actually have like the empty containers for you guys so you can actually see what I've been using up. Yeah, if you like this type of video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. Let's build this community. Thank you all for watching, and remember, you're made for more. See you next time. Bye.